say,
top billin'.
Yeah. What do I always say? Never take winning for granted. Now, a win over the Giants, however it came, right, doesn't seem so bad when you lose a game. Right? Those 11 wins don't seem that bad when you lose to a team like the Arizona Cardinals, right? Now, much respect to the Arizona Cardinals, and I think this should be a lesson learned as well, right? All this shit talking about Jonathan Gannon is kind of crazy to me. You notice I never get involved in anything like that because to me, if someone leaves your program and something is totally different, then you may not want to look at them. You may want to look within. This defense in particular, right? This rushing defense, something that I harped on all season. I was over the moon with the start to this rushing defense. And a lot of people took that for granted. People wanted to talk about other stuff, and I was like, man, if you can run the ball the way we were running the ball at the beginning of the season, and you can stop the run, to me, a lot of other things fall into place. Fast forward to this particular game right here. The run game itself on offense, right, pretty much non-existent. Man, it's pretty much non-existent for the fact that there wasn't that many possessions in this game for the offense. And why is that? Because the defense was community pussy. And the community pussy against the run. Jordan Davis. This is a guy that I've talked about, right? I don't get involved in all the Jordan Davis stuff, right? To me, it's more, what do you call it? More sizzle than steak? I don't know how you do that particular, right? I covered this guy at the University of Georgia every snap, right? Everybody knows that. The background of this channel was built off college football, in particular covering Alabama and Georgia. Jordan Davis is somebody I've never been a big fan of. To me, he would have a couple of highlight plays and then he would disappear. You can get a name out there making some dope ass plays at the beginning of the game, and then people just remember that, right? Especially when your team is winning, like the Georgia Bulldogs would do. Last year, right? Last year is what it is, right? To me, he was all right. This year, same deal. He would make splash plays at the beginning of the year, right? And then he would kind of disappear throughout the game. Jordan Davis has started to disappear now, period. Where are the splash plays even at the beginning of the game from this guy? You talk about having your anchor, your point of attack guy, right? Getting washed down, looking like the effort is not there, looking like the conditioning is still not up to par. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes you have to be able to, at the very least, be able to jump into your core defense, your base defense, and have that be your calling card to where at least you're forcing them to pass. You know your pass defense is trash doo-doo, right? As a matter of fact, it has been downgraded to doo-doo butter. It is doo-doo butter. A guy like Jordan Davis, right? I need to see better effort from him, right? Jalen Carter kind of disappeared off the face of the planet. That's why you can't count your chickens before they hatch as well. All right, a lot of people pumping him up. I'm like, listen, this is a 17-game season. You got to be able to do this shit all the time. That's the mark of being a Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox has seasons where he's very good. Jalen Carter, where is it? These are young guys you're relying on. Brandon Graham, my man BG be stepping up, but man, how much can you do as Brandon Graham at that age and especially not getting the type of playing time? Milton Williams, unsung hero type. The dude can play some football. You see him all over the field today. Why not give him more playing time? Maro Ajomo, right? I seen this guy come out and not get that much playing time, but when he's out there, man, he looks like he's a difference maker. Sometimes you have to find who really wants it. Who's going to really step up when you need it? Right? This shit pissing me off. I can't even front. There was a reason why I spent all this time in media not covering the Philadelphia Eagles. Not even talking about it. I don't want nobody really to talk to me about the Philadelphia Eagles. I felt good covering other teams and having dumbasses think that I'm a fan of those teams because I cover them, right? Although you don't see it look nothing like my Philly cover. You don't see me decked out in the gears of the other teams I'm covering. You don't see me out there, you know, my friends aren't friends of those, right? My friends is Eagles fans. My friends, we in South Jersey, baby. You know what I mean? We doing it big out here. I would rather much live like that than to have to go through this type of shit and have people come up on the channel talking shit about them birds and everything like that, right? I'm in this business to make money, right? The fandom shit is a distant third. It's not even second. It's a distant third, right? Because I don't want to pander to my people. I want to show them what's really real. You got guys coming behind me. I'm watching my video, dudes coming behind me talking about, oh, Ringo is getting better, right? I don't watch these dudes' channels and shit like that, right? That's pandering to me. Ringo, you can only know if you're getting better if you're being targeted. What happens now that the Arizona Cardinals, right, who's a C grade at best passing team, targeting him? Multiple penalties, like I said. Unable to compete with routes with transitions on them. He'll start grabbing. Definitely can't compete with routes that have inside transitions on them. This is shit that I've already unearthed years ago with this cat, right? Not, you know what I'm saying he can't get better. He's not there right now. You're going to have to call it what it is right now. We're living for the right now, not for the future. I'm not making any excuses, but those aren't the guys that you go into battle with if you're trying to win an NFL championship, right? You saw it right there, man. You're playing multiple rookies. Sidney Brown, right, doing his 1-2 thing out there, got himself an interception. He's out there with Eli Ricks on one side, Ringo on the other. Right. That's just the cards that you were dealt right now. You're off ball with Shaq Leonard and Nicholas Morrow. You weren't looking for that to be the case, right? You can see a clear delineation and a clear drop-off when the Kobe Dean has not been out there with the rushing defense. Say what you want about his pass coverage. I tried to tell y'all before. You getting on the Kobe Dean for the same shit that nobody else can do. Nicholas Morrow can't cover, bruh. I don't know how many times I got to tell you this. He can't. You can't see that now? He can't cover, but he can't plug like Nakobe Dean. He's not going to fill and spill like Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean is money against the run. So I don't know what to tell you this. Zach Cunningham, right? Clearly missing him. He's a much better run defender than Nicholas Morrow. Nicholas Morrow is going to be hit or miss. He can't stack and shed blocks. He can't. You cannot live and die by the seat of your pants. You have to be able to do the basic fundamental shit. Run the ball, stop the run. At the very least, do that. Man. Already know how it goes. The Ringo sexuals will be out in mass. Now, I'm not picking on Ringo. I'm covering my team. I feel a certain way about this particular team, right? Was not the biggest fan of a pick of Ringo, somebody that I covered, and I was critical of their game coming to my team, but it is what it is. Not only is he out there, he's out there starting. So I have to critique what I see, and it's the same stuff that I critiqued when he was in college. He cannot compete. He is not a man cover guy. Now, I noticed something. Against the Giants, he got a chance to be hidden a little bit, right? Hidden in zone. I think he might actually be a pretty decent zone corner. If you want to play man-to-man and have somebody make route transitions be their own, he's not going to be the guy. This is pitiful. This is absolutely pitiful. And I understand he's a rookie, but come on, man. What are we doing here? That is being very uncompetitive. You're in a 50-50 exchange situation right here. You have 0 foot energy. Wilson right here, he's not like this guy some type of superstar. He ain't even had a catch in a month and a half. We had to hear the announcer say that shit about 400,000 times. I can't stand that announcer. He's one of my least favorite announcers out there. But listen, he's cornball material, baby. He's Joe Buck, but even cornier. But look, my man on the inside right here, what is he doing? I don't even know what that is. It's like he turned from being a man cover guy to starting to look to the quarterback and reaching out with 2 hands. He doesn't even get a hand on him. He's reaching out with 2 hands. You can't move your feet while reaching out with 2 hands, contrary to popular belief. If you want to press, you take that. This is not even a press time. This is just close quarter mirroring. You get that foot energy firing, bang. You keep your feet moving. You do not give up the inside. I would rather you give up the outside. Instant early pandemic separation by some dude named Wilson. Come on, man. What are we doing here? And he's a hands catcher. I mean, he's not even a hands catcher. He body caught this. He jumped in the air and body caught this. Come on. I guess you could say he was protecting it, right? But I always think you protect it a little bit better when you can get it away from your body there. But come on, man. That's terrible, man. All right, my bad, y'all, man. I had to jump up off camera, right? This medication that I'm taking, right, for my sickness, it's got me sweating all crazy and shit like that. And the last thing I need is for that to be the answer to what people want to talk about. But, all right, your man Eli Ricks, though, conversely, he is the man cover guy, right? You can see him in a similar situation right here with the same guy. And look at him. You see how he stays patient with it? He's not panicking. Sometimes your man Ringo just panics. Even when he's downfield on those pass interference calls, maybe it could go either way. But you know where you can make it go your way? If you don't panic. You don't have to touch the guy. You play ball with your feet like Eli Ricks is doing right here, not with your hands. Look at that. He waits and let this guy declare, right? He's doing this little fake Allen Iverson crossover joint right here. He's carrying, though, right? And if you reach, I'll teach you. Eli Ricks don't give a damn. He stays right up on it, reacts when he reacts, and gets the inside position in there. That's how you play that, right? These are both rookies, right? I still have a hard time seeing two rookies out there, even not as bad as James Bradberry has been, because that man has experience, right? You're talking about guys with little to no experience, and these aren't your guys. When you see the Cowgirls again and the CD Lamb, you see what he do to anybody. It's a whole different ball of wax, right? These aren't even good passing teams, and you got Ringo out there with multiple pass interference calls and giving up easy touchdowns and stuff like that, man. Got to get Slade back. Like, look at Jordan Davis on this one right here, right? You see him before you can tie up a couple of blockers and do all that, but now look at him, right? He's getting squeezed down. And it looks like he's just giving half effort. Did he even reach his hands out to try to tackle Connor here? Bang, fertilizes himself right there. It's a lot of fertilizer right there, right? A lot of manure right there. Where's he at on this next one right here? All right, look at him, right? Coming up here. Let's identify him. You can see him moving. You see his big ass right there, right? What is he doing here? He's getting strong along, and then he's just satisfied with that being what it is right there. Do you see any maximum effort of him trying to slice, knife, or anything like that? No, not at all. That's not to absolve anyone else. I haven't seen what I need to see from Josh Sweat as well. Sometimes with the anchoring down, some of the guys on the edges, even Hassan Reddick, right, who's normally pretty money in that, right? He had a poor game in that, man. You should see people getting fertilized. Shaq Leonard, right, for all the pandering and shit like that. Y'all need to tell these other people to stay about this particular market, right? There are all these football scouts and all this shit like that. Stop pandering, bro, all right? You know what I mean? Your man Shaq Leonard, he did not have a good game this year. He was flailing around and shit like that. He was knifing gaps and not bringing his pads. He's tackling up high. He's doing all kinds of stuff. This was a poor performance, man. You cannot be resting on your laurels and you're that. There's Jordan Davis right there. Look how high he is, man. Come on, man. One guy making him play that high and all that. I mean, even Reed Blankenship, man. Reed Blankenship out there missing tackle. He made some tackles as well there, but just a poor defensive effort all around, man. I don't know, man. Listen, I want to come back with the all-22 on this, right, and really hone in on the defensive effort. I'm not that mad at the offense. The offense was actually rolling on some pretty good explosive plays. Obviously, the sequence and not running the ball enough, not shortening out the clock, right, like they were. To me, the Arizona Cardinals played Philadelphia Eagles football. You can see a lot of the core philosophy, a lot of the shit that we do, or the identity of what we should be in the Arizona Cardinals, and they were able to pull this up win outright. It's not like their defense balled out either. However, when it came down to it, they did what they had to do, especially on the offensive side of the ball, completely dicing up this defense and, stuff like this. Look at Jordan Davis right here. Now, this is a bad angle right here. That's what I need the end zone angle there, but you can see what I'm talking about. Watch him get pushed back, right? Watch the line of scrimmage get reestablished there, and you can see him. That's him right there. That's his legs right there, right? Lieutenant Dan legs. My man right there getting – I don't know, man. I just don't know. You put a lot of stock into this guy, right, to be the anchor of that. And at the very least, you would want your run defense to not be the thing that suffers, right? Or you can expect that pass defense. You got guys in and out of the lineup. You're putting in – Maddox after a long time, right? He's probably extremely rusty there. We know Bradberry's been on the decline. You got multiple rookies there. You're having to get buy it from another team, Reed Blankenship. You know what I'm saying, doing his thing for the most part there. But a lot of moving parts on the back end. And in the back seven, right, if you factor in the linebackers of being completely different than how you probably, well, not probably, than how you actually wanted it to go at the beginning of the season there. But come on, man. The front seven, man. Come on, man. Listen, I was feeling good about the game that I have started pre-recording some stuff. I usually rarely do that right there, right, because I don't want to jinx anything, so maybe it's my fault. I was doing all kinds of shit too, right? The house flag was tangled up. I ran out there. My wife was turned on the LED, the Kelly Green LEDs on different parts of the house. None of this shit was working. But we tried. But listen, I'm living for the here and now, so I'm still not going to talk about the playoffs. I want to talk about this particular game, then we'll focus on the next game, and then we'll focus on the playoffs. So you can look down the road all you want. You can say that this is not going to happen all you want. I don't do that in life. I concentrate on the here and now, right? I do, like my man Beanie Siegel when I deal on the president pass, like drummer when it come to my path, I'm like Usama. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? But listen, I laugh to keep from crying, right? Because this is bad. This is really bad here. But this is this game here. We'll concentrate on this game here, and then we'll get ready for the next game. Hopefully, people weren't looking too far ahead to get in the new year and all that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have the answers on this one right here, but I definitely want to see what's going on with that run game. But let me know what you think, people. Terrible loss, no doubt about that, man. But we shall overcome, and we shall overcome as soon as next week, and then we'll go from there. All right? Your boy Jersey Murf, man. Yo, is my man Julio Jones the new Chris Carter? You remember Chris Carter at the end of his career, and they used to say, Chris Carter, all he does is catch touchdowns, right? Listen. Julio Jones may not be like him physically, because my man Chris Carter at the time looked like he had two left knees, but Julio Jones, all he does is catch touchdowns. You can see him right here on this over route. Now, these routes are extremely hard to defend, especially in the low red area, right? You immediately get out leverage if you're taking some type of outside approach, right? If you're working that outside technique there and they're going on the inside and you're in man coverage, forget about it. What are we doing here? Look at that. And then they instantly take, you saw the plane that he took, right? Instead of going straight up the field right here, right, kind of rounded it off there, you see him shoot more on a narrow plane, almost like a 90-degree angle right there. My man's already out leveraged as it is right here. And then Jalen Hurts, man, what a throw. You talk about feathering the clutch. My man threw it with anticipation. So an anticipatory throw there, and he took something off of it. The revolutions, the RPMs there, he feathered the clutch on that bad boy, put air under it, and allowed Julio Jones to run up under it and pluck it out the sky. That was touchdown number one. Touchdown number two, Brown here on a fade. Then Diesel, Devontae Smith on a fade. Get an out route here by Dallas Goedert. And then Julio Jones originally looks like he's going to be on some type of stop route. Scramble drills ensue. My man reverses course, finds a nice soft spot in the zone right here. And then the rest, as they say, is history. Jalen Hurts on the pull. Look at him chaining through his progressions. Nothing's there. Look at him detox, right? He detoxes from the pocket, leaves them, right? He has an exit plan just to leave them with exit wounds. Allows Julio Jones some time, right? You see it right there. A baker's dozen, right? My man right here, baking on the spot right there. Jalen Hurts with his eyes upfield, notices that, bang, leaves him in a 50-50 exchange situation, right? Well, all he has to do is turn upfield, and look at that right there. Excellent, excellent. You know what he did? Y'all remember when I did the tutorial on, I forget who it was. It might have been a Devontae Smith, then Diesel fumble, right? And he put two hands on the ball, and I was trying to tell y'all how you hold the ball as a ball carrier. And I had some goofball up there talking about well, he's a receiver. He probably doesn't know how to do that. What you're talking about is running back stuff. No, dumbass. I'm talking about football stuff. What are you talking about? We all did the same ball handling drills, and we all were taught to do it the same. Look at Julio Jones. What did I say? Your points of pressure. High and tight. Damn, I don't got my football on me. High and tight, right? Hold on. Through the magic of television, right? I now have the football. Look, high and tight. 1 point of pressure. Put that bad boy in your bicep right there. Your wrist got it. Your bicep got it. All that right there. You don't hold the ball. You hold your own wrist. I demonstrated this shit. Look at Julio Jones, right? Somebody who is a great fundamentalist, right? Technique sound cat like that with a lot of wisdom. My man's doing the damn thing right there. Doing it exactly like I said. You don't hold the ball. You hold your own wrist there. Change elevation on them. Bang. Nobody's going to knock that shit out right there. Julio Jones paying dividends, baby. My boy Jalen Hurts.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.